Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Ruchita, and in this session, we are going to create an Android app using Kotlin, and we are going to use Android Studio for it. So, if you haven't installed Android Studio or you have any doubts regarding it, you can check our Compose Camp session, and I'll put the link in the description. So, let's get started with our app. I'll just open Android Studio and we are going to create a new project for our app, and we are going to create a new empty activity, and we are going to name it text to speech, and we are going to do it in Kotlin, and the minimum SDK version is 5.0, so phones having later SDK Android version can also run it. So finish. So our basic sample app will be created. It will load some files, and so this will create a sample app, which is Hello World app. There in there we have two files, activity main.xml and main activity.kt. The main activity.kt file will consist of our logic or code for our project, and this activity main XML will have the layout for our app, and it will contain the design code. So Gradle, so here you can see Gradle. So it will just load all the files that are required to automate the build for our app. So it will take some time. So wait for it. So here you have the project directory structure for our project, and in that we have a Java folder in which our code exists, and then we have resources in which our layout for our app activity main.xml, the layout exists, and then we have values in which you can see change the app name here, string.xml, and now we'll go activity main.xml. We just have to keep this same name same, so I'm not gonna edit it. I'll just close it. And in activity main.xml, we have the layout for our app, and here in this eye icon you can click on show system UI, so it will look like, so it will show the view that will be available on your phone. So this is how it will look like in your phone. And now what we are going to do is add an input box here to add the text that we want the app to speak out, and add a button which will be, when the button will be clicked, the text will be spoken out. So we don't need this hello world, so we'll just delete it, and we want to add new elements. So this is the palette from where we can add new elements. You can see there are so many elements, but we just want to use our text input. So we'll just create multi-line, as we want to give bigger text, not just a single line. So we'll just take multi-line text and just drag and drop it to the view, and it will create the element. And also, so this is the multi-line text that we have created. We have dragged it, but we haven't decided where to place it. So it can be placed here, here, or anywhere you want. So for that, we want to specify from how much distance we want to place it. So for that, we have here from fourth icon, so we can click on it, so it will apply constraints here, so it will decide the distance, and it will place it accordingly. and you can see simultaneously the code for it is added. This edit text field just adds the text for this field, and just like that we are also going to add a button here. So just drag and drop it, and see we have added the button, and we are going to change. As you can see, the button code is added again, and also we'll have to specify the constraints for it. So where to place it in this view. So we again click on this infer constraints icon, so it will place the button according to the text box. So now we have the ID for that text view field. So as you have IDs in college to specific uniquely identify you, so same as that we have ID for every element in this view. So for this edit text field we have this ID, but we are going to change it so that it will be easy to type. Just short name edit text field, and also for the button we are going to add button speak, as we want that when the button is clicked we want that app to speak, so we are going to say button speak. And here you can see this line has become red, with it is because as the button is connected to this text field, but the text field name is changed here. So it is trying to find that text field, but it is not there. So this ID will be same as the ID given in this text field, so that it represents. So this is, so now the error has gone. So and this button is going to make that app speak. So we'll just edit this code. We want here to be we want the text here to be speak. So we'll just go in this activity main.xml file and change the text from button to speak, so that it will display speak. And again this is single line, so we want more lines to be displayed. So we'll just add lines, just type lines, and it will show up, the suggestions will show up, and enter. And we'll suppose we add 5 lines, so it will create the view with 5 lines. And also you can add hint for it. So in HTML CSS we have placeholder for it, so it gives hint of what we want to show here. Like you have in forms enter your name, that kind of hint. So we'll type hint and click enter, type something here. So this will add the hint here, and we have added the hint. So we are done with our layout. I'll just explain the remaining code. So Android ID, you already know the ID is uniquely specifies the element. Then wrap layout width and height. So the layout of our element, it just wraps the content and doesn't go above that. So it's this button is not bigger than the text element, so it wraps the content that is speak. And then this is margin, you can see margin, and EMs means the font size, you can edit it, so it will create. And then lines hint, then this is gravity, which will decide where to place the content. You can enter center, so it will place the content in the center. And there is input type multiline, so we can place multiline element text. And then constraints are parent, so it will place according to this parent. This app is the parent, and it will place the text box according to the parent. Then same things with button. And next we have this whole code is for the app. So it is of constraint layout, means the element will be placed according to the constraints. We have more layouts in our you can create them here: table layout, table row, linear layout. You can experiment with them. And there is next is Android layout width and height. So it is set to match parent. Parent is what your phone screen. So the app will match the parent. So the app will wholly uh, content with your phone screen. So, and this is context, which specifies the linking for our logic for our app. So main activity will contain the logic, and this the logic file is referred from here. So this is the main logic file that where we are going to put our code. So this is the package name. A package is collection of code. So we are as we are doing code, so it is in this package. So it is collected in this package. So next we have imports. So imports, through imports we can import the packages, that is external piece of code. So we can use that code in our app directly. And this class main activity creates our first screen of our app. And this app compat activity means it is new features are compatible with so that new features are compatible with older versions of Android. So in that we have on create function, which will decide when the app is created what we are going to do. So here we are setting content view, that is for this logic the view will be r.layout.activity layout.activity name, that is this file. So this view is linked to this logic. So it will create the view when the app is created. So for that, so we are going to move towards our logic part. So first of all, we have this view and we have this text field and button. So we want to use them when we input something here and click the button. We want something to be the app to speak. So first of all, we are going to refer these two elements in our logic part. So for that, we are going to create a variable that for button, speak button. So button speak, and then we have the function find view by id, which will fetch the element from the activity main.xml. We are fetching button, so here we are going to specify button, and then in the brackets r.id dot the button, that r.id. So r means resources, that we from the resources we want the element which has the id, that is button speak. So this id is the button id that we are going to get. So when you type id dot and wait, you'll see the button id that is assigned to this button in the layout. So you can add that id, and same for the edit text field. So again find view by id. So this button speak variable refers to the button, and this edit text field refers to the edit text field that is here. So we can see edit text field has a tag edit text. So we are going to use that tag in here. And then again from resources we are going to get an element with id edit text field. So this is how we refer the button and text field from the layout. So as you can see, these two keywords are red. So it is not identifying those keywords. So we'll just press Alt and enter. So it will import the button package file that we are using, and same for that press Alt per enter. So we already have those variables that refer those fields. And then first of all we are going to create an app uh, let's just forget text to speech part for 5 minutes, and just uh, just try to create an app that displays the text when the button is clicked. So for that we have but we are going to use button speak. Means when the button is clicked, we want to display a message that is stored in this edit text field. Means when we click this button, the text that is present here will be displayed in form of toast message. Toast message is what? When you open some app and you get app not supported, that is the toast message. That that message is the kind of toast message we are going to give to the user. So when the button is clicked, set we have set on click listener. So is clicked when the button is clicked, we want the app to give the message to the user. So for that, what message we are going to display, we'll store it in this text variable. So this text variable will contain what text we are going to display on the screen. So for that, we are going to assign text variable as this edit text field refers to the this box. So from that we have to get the text that we have typed. So for that we are going to use this variable edit text field dot text dot toString. So through this part of code, we get the text that is typed here and store it in the text variable. And for displaying the text message on the screen, we have to use toast dot next text. So this is a function that will create a toast message on your screen. So it takes three parameters, that is this context in which environment your app is in, that is context, and then the next is the text that you want to display, and then the toast duration, for what duration you want to display the text. So we are going to take length short, so it will display the message for short duration. So we have created a text message, but we haven't displayed it on the screen, so we are going to use show function to display it on the screen. So I'll just show you how this app looks like. So to run the app on your phone, just go to your phone settings. Just go to your phone settings and then search about phone, and then tap on build number 7 to 8 times, and you'll enter in developer mode, and then search developer options and turn on USB debugging. Okay. So now you connect it with USB cable, and you'll see your device is detected here, and then you can run the app. It will take some time. Until then we are going to type the next code. So for that, we using this code we have just created an app that will display the message that we have input using and after clicking the button. So for uh, making the app speak out the text that we have inputted, we have to create a new variable, that is GDS, which is of type text to speech. This is the class that Android Studio provides to make the app speak the text that we provide. So it is already given, so we can use that class to make the app say the words that we are going to give it as an input. So we have error here because we haven't initialized it. So we are going to specify that it is late. It is going to be initialized later. So we are making a promise that we are going to initialize it later. And error will be gone. So error is gone, and then we are going to initialize the variable to make it work as we want it to work. So we initialize it using text to speech. So this class takes two parameters. That is, first is context. In that we provide application context. Application context is it provides the current state of our application with the properties that our app has, with the environment in which the app is running. So the next parameter is on init listener. So I'll just type it up, on init listener. So when the text to speech class initializes the variable, it returns a status code in the it variable if the variable is properly initialized to work or not. So after the initialization, the code that we are going to write in here will be executed. So it is callback function concept. So we are going to check the status code. This it uh, variable contains the status code for the initialization. So we are going to check if the status code was success. So if the status code is written as success, then we are going to set the language that we want the app to speak in. So we are going to set the language using set language function. In that we are going to provide language for our TTS variable. You can choose any language that you want. You get the suggestions. We are going to use US. So, and also here you get error, so you can press Alt Enter and enter and import. So it will import the package, and then we can also change the speed in which the app is going to speak out. So we can edit it using tts.set speech rate. In that we provide the speed in decimal point. So we are going to specify f here, so it will indicate float value. So this code is going to be executed if the success code is the status code is success, means if the text to speech variable is initialized properly, or else if the variable is not usable, then we are going to display a message, that is toast message, saying that the initialization failed. So we are going to call the make text function, in that we are going to pass context and then the text that we want to display. Initialization failed, and it will be displayed for short duration. So length short, and then call show function. So it will display the toast message for short duration. So just one line of code is remaining, guys. Keep it up. So we have created a code that will that initializes the TTS variable. So first we have initialized those button speak and edit text field variable to refer the layout, the elements in this layout using those two variables, and then we are initializing TTS variable so that we can use it to convert the text and make the app speak out. And then we have button speak dot on click listener, when means when we click on this button, what the app is going to perform. So we have added make text. We are going to display the message, but we haven't told the app to speak it out. So we are going to use speak function, which will make the app speak out. So in that we have four parameters. First is the text that we want the app to say, that is stored in this text variable. This text variable which contains the input that we have provided in this box. And then next parameter is the queue mode that we are going to provide using this. So when multiple requests are provided to make the app safe, so it will just add those texts in the queue. So it will not flush the previous request for the app to make it safe. And then next parameters are we are not going to use them in our app, so we'll just take it as null. And here you go, guys. The code is done. Just 39 line of code. So you can run this on your phone. We'll just run this. So it is building. It will take some time. Yeah, it is installed. So it is installed on your on my phone. I'll just open it and type something here. This is this app. So happy to make it. And then tap
Hey,
on
this is
submit.
my first
You
app.
can see the
So happy to make it.
toast message will be
Hey, this
displayed
is my
here,
first app. So
and the
happy
app
to
will
make it.
kick it out. So that's it, guys. The app is working. Let me know in the comment section if your app works. So this is it. Bye bye.